We're learning more this morning about the victims of a deadly tornado in Alabama. And construction is underway on a brand new wildlife park in Bell County.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59 on Wednesday, March the 6th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Well, it is Ash Wednesday, and it's starting off like Monday and Tuesday did with bitter cold. Some of you might be waking up to a few snowflakes falling. Let's bring Brandon in this morning and figure out who's seeing what and how long it should last. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning to you, my friend, and it shouldn't be too much longer, but for some counties there's a winter weather advisory out. So let's take a look at this morning at satellite and radar loop for the last few hours, and you can see some bands of snow coming down and some light accumulations were laid down in some of those heavier bands there, but starting to move out of the area now. There is still a winter weather advisory until 8 o'clock this morning for Lee and Wise counties in southwest Virginia. There was one for a bulk of the West Virginia counties and the other southwest Virginia counties in Lawrence County, but it expired at 5 o'clock this morning. Temperatures cold once again, still dropping there. 14 Logan, Jackson, 20 Middlesboro, the warm spot. That won't last for too long. When you factor in those wind chills, feels like below zero in Pikeville, single digits in a lot of locations this morning. Take a look at the appcast, and you can basically see light snow all the way through mid-morning, and temperatures only getting into the low 30s later today. I'll have the rest of the forecast on the way here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, we are learning more about the victims of the deadly Alabama tornadoes. This storm claimed the lives of 23 people Sunday. As Kristen Holmes reports, crews are desperate to find any survivors.
We haven't given up hope. We're still searching.
The survivors of Sunday's tornadoes in Lee County, Alabama, are still grappling with the devastation throughout their small community. And 2 days after the storms, the search continues.
They're searching not mainly for somebody, but just searching areas that have large piles of debris, searching through that debris to make sure that we miss nobody.
The cleanup process has also begun. Lee County officials are asking anyone in the area who can volunteer their time or resources to step forward and register with the local government. And for residents who still need help, the county wants them to know they're ready.
Tell us what those needs are. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to hear. We can't help you if we don't know what you need.
As for those killed, 23 victims have been identified, including 4 children.
It's a tragic situation. I can't thank this community enough for jumping in there, and the support that I've seen firsthand. It's just been amazing.
I thank the Lord.
And many of those who did survive, including 72-year-old Ernestine Reese, who is recovering from a broken hip, know just how lucky they are.
She's been strong throughout it all. Even in the middle of the devastation, she has maintained her faith.
In Lee County, Alabama, I'm Kristen Holmes.
Now, at least a dozen people were hurt in a pileup involving more than 60 vehicles in Ohio. As you can see on this video, several stopped vehicles were scattered across Route 8 in Hudson Tuesday afternoon. None of the injuries appear to be life-threatening. All of the victims were taken to the hospital. Officials say water levels at Buckhorn Lake are still high, prompting them to leave the drainage gates open at full capacity. At last check, the lake was 822 feet above sea level. During the recent flooding, levels peaked at around 832 feet. That was fairly close to the record set in 1963 at 839 feet. The lake's summer pool is 782 feet. Well, officials are still keeping an eye on a dam that is showing signs of failure in Whitley County. The dam is surrounding a pond that spans about a mile long on Corinth Road in the Little Spruce Creek area. For now, officials say it is still holding. We are told the release of about 4 feet of water would likely prevent the failure. Since it is on private property, it would be up to the owners of that land to do that. Meanwhile, potholes are a growing problem here in Kentucky right now. Big temperature swings cause the asphalt to expand and contract, causing cracks, and add in some moisture and the problem just keeps getting worse. And until it gets warmer, those potholes are going to stick around.
We've had some people say, stop patching the potholes, just resurface this road. Well, we can't do resurfacing this time of year because of temperature limitations with the application of the asphalt.
Now, if you see a pothole, you can report it to the state. In other news this morning, construction officials kicked off Tuesday on the Appalachian Wildlife Center. The 80,000 square foot two-story building is being built on reclaimed mine land in Bell County. Officials say the complex will create thousands of jobs and allow huge economic development in the area. It's been a vision for the county for decades and a goal of David Ledford's for nearly 5 years.
And it's spectacular. I mean, right behind me is Cumberland Mountain. Virginia's on the other side of that. And then just that way is Cumberland Gap National Park is right there on top of the mountain. But yeah, and then Pine Mountain to the north. It's just a spectacular scenery. It's fantastic.
The goal is to complete the project in the next 18 to 20 months with a goal of opening of June 2021. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Do you suffer from bad breath? Some research shows you're not alone. We'll tell you what you can do about it.
I probably have some coffee breath right now. Does that count? A lot of folks are going to have that this morning because there's a chill in the air, and for some, a little snow on the ground or at least on the cars. I'll have the full forecast in about 3 minutes.